Welcome everybody to the Onward VR Master League. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's, and as I center myself into the middle of the screen, we will prepare ourselves for a high-tier matchup this afternoon. No Fun Intended versus Fortis. Fortis, I believe, a relatively new team. Coming together, relatively new, coming together this season, but consisting of players that are not relatively new. If you look at the captain special ops, they come from very good teams like Astra, who was Diamond in Season 13, and Imperial, who was Master in Season 13. They also have Glue Sniffer, one of our fellow casters here, aka Infused Power, and they're bringing in obviously their experience from several seasons of play. Although I should say several seasons, they started in Season 13, so not that much experience there. Mr. Moth coming in from that Astra side of things, bringing the experience into this end of things for Fortis. And Typic also on this team, so a bit of a VRML power team there, because we have Infused Power on the casting team and Typic on the mod side. So it'll be interesting to see what this team will be bringing to the table. I think that's why a lot of people wanted to see what this match was going to deliver today. Over on No Fun Intended, we have a otherwise master tier team, currently ranked first overall in EU. Just Do It, Deadshot, Mad Hatter, Jittery List, 04, players that are very good on the EU side of things, very good worldwide, and can very much challenge any team. Fortis is going to have a tough go here this afternoon, but this is going to be a very exciting EU battle that we're tuning into here this afternoon. We are about to dive in, and so I do want to take a look at our pick bands for the evening. Coming in from No Fun Intended, we have the Arctic and Subway ban, and from Fortis we have the Downfall and Quarantine ban. Very similar, very opposing styles of ban there, with no NFI wanting to get rid of the close quarters, and Fortis clearly not wanting to play NFI on the long range. It still leaves some maps like Snow Peak and Bazaar on the table, and map 1 is going to take us into Bazaar to kick things off. I'm going to go ahead and give the players the go ahead, and we'll dive in to our first round of the evening here between these two teams. Everyone is in lobby, ready to go. And take a look at the active rosters for the evening. On NFI, Just Do It, Deadshot, Mad Hatter, Jittery List, 04, and on Fortis, Electric, Glue Sniffer, Mr. Moth, Special Ops, and Typic. Not a bad roster there at all. Bazaar is where we start. Our first objective of the day takes us over into the northeast corner. We're on the newest rendition of this game, the most recent update, and so things may look a little bit shinier to you, the lighting a little bit brighter. That map in particular looking a little bit cleaner to me in the mini map on the bottom right, but let's see how it affects the gameplay here this afternoon as we kick things off, and shots already getting taken right up through the middle. Looks like it was Infused trying to shut down the cross. Mr. Moth is here, and the call out does come that there's 2 here. I wonder if Mr. is going to try and peek this out on the corner. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Confused, obviously looking for action and back up through the middle here. If Hatter decides to rotate out, it's going to be bad news. And Mr. really holding a late angle, so they're giving quite a lot of ground to NFI in this northeast side of things. Take a look at the overhead. You can see 1 up the middle, and 2 considering rotating in the south. Kind of an odd way that everyone's looking here is Mr. Moth does find themselves into some action. Jittery List and Mad Hatter, a nice flash up and over should blind Jittery List, allows Mr. Moth to retake the angle. Jittery has to drop off the head peak. And Mr. almost catches Mad Hatter trying to take a look. That nade almost catches Jittery, goes a bit too far. And Hatter and Jittery very much held down. I thought this was actually a southeast OBJ, but it's not. It is in the middle of that, in the middle of the buildings. So it's not by the tank, which makes sense why they were covering this less heavily, and why Mr. wasn't holding an aggressive angle.
Well, he's down at the minute.
But the question is, does Mr. Moth know there's two? Jittery just around the corner. Infused, aka Glue, is looking for anything in 04. Considering throwing nades out, sunshots coming in from Mr. there towards Jittery, but not quite connecting. Those shots certainly alert Glue, but Glue still not going to have an angle here. Mr. still trying to find Jittery, Jittery trying to do the same.
I'm gonna rotate.
And call out there, Mr. looking to get off of this corner angle. As a firefight breaks out, Jittery does catch one. The push coming in, Special Ops team killing Electric up through the smoke. They couldn't see Electric there, but they do find their own teammate through the smoke. Special Ops catching a lot of suppressive fire from Do It, and the smoke is out on objective. Special Ops has to ensure no caps coming through here because it could happen. 04 catches Typic. It's a trade 1-for-1. There's only 2 left for no fun intended, and Mr. Moth rotating back is going to make this a 2v2 on objective. Oh, Just Do It's pushing out for the res. They're going to swing wide. Moth's inside. Do It finds the kill.
Been the guy. Come get res. 04 team killing me. Thank you.
Okay, it's okay.
You down, mate? Right.
Some arguments there over what was maybe a team kill coming in through the chaos, and Special Ops alone getting their ankles bit by Jittery.
Well fucking played.
A nice job from NFI to kick things off, and Fortis foregoing a defensive round. A couple of team kills coming through there that round under the chaos. Likely a brief technical pause as we reconnect a 5th back on the Fortis. Looks like it's Blue Sniffer that we lost there. Either way, NFI definitely looking good on that push. Nicely spread, 2-1-2 split, pushing into the objective space. Works out very well for them, and it was almost Fortis were almost in control. If they had maybe been a little more aggressive on their defense in the northeast, maybe had one set up to intercept the initial cross in the north, that could have paid them, could have helped them more get rid of that east threat and allowed for the rotation to come through. But either way, they were 2v2 for a second there. Tried to even the odds by defending the resurrection, but couldn't get that kill, and so a 3v1 puts NFI into a pretty good spot for that win. Still, though, a decent round from both sides. Go ahead and give myself a little more color on the camera. I can tell you I have more tan than that. Back into it we go, though, for round number 2. Swapping sides, and Fortis getting a chance to attack. We'll see how NFI hold things down. A decently aggressive defensive swing here from Hatter. Puts them up into the blue room, just barely.
Blue room across the street. Blue room across the street. South, sorry, East Courtyard.
One's in the shack. In souvenirs.
Jittery. Nice peek out. Catches one in the south. Oh, and a trade between Tipic.
I trade with one. He was in the blue room. He's dead.
Hatter is down.
You'll have to wrap around the full way.
Gonna be tough to get a res here as Deadshot does consider it. Glue and Special Ops don't have eyes on.
One's peeking around the corner of the blue room.
I'm good.
And Just Do It is making their way in for the res. Hatter's gonna pop up. I gotta wonder if Electric is gonna get eyes on this rotation. It doesn't seem like they're too aware. There's the shots coming through. Jittery finds Glue on the other side. Right on the corner, trying to peek out. And so it's a 2v4. NFI looking good on their hold for now.
Inside going out of yellow one.
Someone in the blue room. Near where you.
Someone, you don't recognize my voice? Well, that's a shame. Still yellow one inside.
Who are you? You don't.
Electric identifying Hatter here. Knows they're out front based off of audio cues. Spec Ops still can't necessarily get an angle, and NFI are really just buying time, taking this clock down on defense. 3.5 left. Fortis definitely getting a tough challenge here with this no fun intended team. And for them to even find kills and contest this NFI squad is impressive enough. There's a lot of skill on the NFI roster. A lot of experience. A lot of experience playing at a high level. Not to say it's not really necessarily the same for Fortis, but you know, with a new team coming together, that is a initial challenge, coordinating well enough to battle against the team that's been coordinating for a few seasons now. Hatter's still tucked in here, though. Really just kind of waiting to see what Fortis want to do. Well, looks like Electric is going to be pushing the back of Mad Hatter. Into blue room. If Hatter makes any audio indicator there, could have given away their position. Oh, a little camera spike there. Apologies. Oh, looks like there was a drop on one of the dead from Fortis' side. Ooh, Hatter might catch the back of Special Ops, and they do. A nice kill there. Electric's the last one alive in a 1v4. He's got to push through a lot of defense. Jittery with the angle over Hatter. Dead shot there as well. NFI taking a nice 2-1 lead on their map pick. Or 2-0 lead, excuse me. Special Ops still not able to get rid of that team kill, and looks like Blue having some tough time staying connected, or maybe just wanting to reset in between rounds. Maybe not happy with their KB. Doesn't want it to be shown on the scoreboard, but if they are having internet issues or connection issues, it's always ideal to be swapping in one of your subs that isn't going to be necessarily negatively impacting your team's ability to work and coordinate and push together. Looks like they're back and connected, and so we should be getting into our next OBJ, which is going to take us to the tank, which is where I initially thought we were starting the series, but we got there eventually. NFI just a cap away from taking their first map here against Fortis, and I think, again, a lot of people are interested in seeing what Fortis would be able to do up against a team like NFI, because they are a new squad to this season, but they do have that history. Take a look at chat. Appreciate everyone stopping by and hanging out and enjoying the action. Whether it, I think it just happened. Yeah, wow. Black Rabbit just pushed us over 4,500 followers on this channel. Nobody's allowed to unfollow now, and I'm sure everyone's going to unfollow now, but please follow back, because obviously we're going to have a lot of more VRML action here throughout the course of this season. We're reviewing apps right now for new casters, so we should be bringing in some new folks in the near future here, so keep your eyes peeled for announcements there. And that means more casts being brought to you on VRML channels. So follow this, but also follow Onward _VRML 2 and 3. It's where we also have spillover, but also train new casters. So again, it's where we're going to see some casts being broadcast in the coming weeks, and you're going to want to be sure you're following those channels as well. But hey, congrats to us on pushing over 4,500. And back into the action we go for round 3. Could be some early fights here. Smokes are crossed. Jittery and Hatter make it through. Running with their smoke deployment there, so not even really offering any time. And playing very fast on their cross, getting them into very early positions where Hatter could set up before Fortis could get into their defensive positions. You can see him caught outside of that shack. Jittery flying forward here. Spec Ops going to be a key element in holding this down, but there are two right up on objective in the east now. Not where you want someone to be, especially with this objective, and with this defensive setup, it certainly seems vulnerable to a cap. Infuse does have an angle on a rotation in, and Spec Ops is clearly concerned about potential swing from that main street. They have Mr. Moss, but they're more defending up through the middle. They may be running into 04 at some point here. But look at where the rest of the defense is. Deep south defense there to defend from a rotation into the south. Could pay off if they end up trying to pinch in from NFI, but if Jittery and Hatter take control, which they're doing there, a prone shot around the pillar finds
I got three.
Infused, aka Glue. And Spec Ops getting suppressed by Jittery on the Heglish. 04 catches Mr. Moth. And Fortis have 2 left. 5 alive for NFI as they sing their way to what could be a either third round victory or a map W here, as the smokes do start to come in. They again have full control of this space. Spec Ops would have a tough time effectively defending a cap, and you can see they're concerned about it as flashes come in. Deadshot's trying to work their way up through the smoke. Electric tucked into a tight corner, and Deadshot is here, suppressing Electric. Electric finds the kill in between the smokes. A big shutdown there that could have led to the initial cap attempt. Still opportunity present here with Hatter and Jittery. 04 trying to find some shots, and Spec Ops swings to connect with a nice transfer. Just do it. Now working their way in, and ooh, Electric catches Jittery trying to push up through the middle street. The push for the cap results in NFI getting picked off one at a time, and now it's up to Hatter and Just Do It.
Home's done on the cap.
Just Do It could go down through that tight gap there. Hatter not peeking, trying to assess where Do It is. And Electric still tucked in. May hear these footsteps from Just Do It soon on the push. Definitely should hear the footsteps now behind them. Oh, and she's going to swing wide. Tries to catch Just Do It there on the outside. Can't quite. Just Do It now rotates out to the Heskills, and they're not expecting the pop-up there. Spec Ops catches Just Do It in a refrag. And we're into a 1v1 with 1:50 left. Hatter has to do this by themselves. And I frankly think they could. The Spec Ops isn't too careful on the angles they're holding. But they are watching for the rotation into the objective sometimes. This gap is the gap that Hatter has to cross. Or maybe not. That's the rotation to make, actually go up through the middle street. I think Hatter's actually going to pop out Blue Room, which could be right into Spec Ops' current line of sight. Finds Spec Ops on the corner, and Hatter clutches it up. NFI nearly throwing a 5-2 lead, but they secure it regardless. And a quick look at our KDs as I find you a bit of a darker backdrop to assess how teams are shooting. Hatter and Jittery, 5 and 1 apiece. Definitely standing out there. Electric connecting with a couple of kills to nearly clutch that up for Fortis. And a 3-0 advantage to them on their map pick. Obviously not ideal for Fortis right now, but their map pick comes up next. It's clear to me that Fortis wanted close range, I would think, based on their bans. So Bazaar should be a place where they're comfortable. But sorry, I just got sidetracked. We got another follower, so we're over 4,500 now. Hard to keep track of everything as we go back into the action for our next round. Same objective, swap sides. NFI defending to take the map. And Fortis just trying to get one on the board here.
This is a league match. This is a league match. Unacceptable.
Stop everyone taking rifles.
Ask me, say hi.
Maybe some arguments on loadout. Hatter almost finds one on the initial cross, but can't. We're going to zip on over to Jittery, who is taking the forefront on this defensive angle. Not able to catch Mister, but they are on the hunt for the rotation. They missed that quick glimpse of an opponent, and Spec Ops slowly working their way behind Jittery. Hatter, meanwhile, listening, trying to assess where Typic Glue and Electro will be approaching from.
One Humvee.
Oh, that's an interesting angle from Do It to hold the cross. Jittery catches Spec Ops trying to flank. Now they're going to be looking for Mystery Moth, and they find Moth next.
I killed 2.
NFI cutting down Fortis here. Sieging the castle. It's up to the trio in the east.
Okay, this is one on scaffolding or in Hatter's position. Why the fuck are you calling me out, bro? Again,
Hatter getting identified. Electric may make a play for that as Glue trying to battle Do It on this I would say pretty innovative angle. I haven't seen too many people holding the North Cross there. Usually it's like a meta position in the dark room, but it's working well enough to really give Glue some hard time. A good nade up over the top would do wonders here, but I don't think they have a frag available.
Hey, kilo one.
Killed one of us. Killed two. Deadshot pushing me.
They set up a walkable at the front of the room.
Have we killed the one in East Courtyard?
And Fortis trying to figure out how are they going to break out of this courtyard. Hatter has footstep audio on the other side of the wall that they're calling out and identifying.
Electric, Blue, do you have a nade? Use mine.
Typic looking for a utility to get them way out of here, and that's what I would assume would be the best choice to do it out of their position. Ooh, down goes Jittery, and that's a big kill for Electric and Glue. It opens up the opportunity to swing into Hatter's position.
Still down. Try to go for the red.
Deadshot may have Overwatch here, but yeah, the Glue and Electric really just trying to assess their best way out of here. Typic holding down the east. And we're in a bit of a standstill here, as Fortis really just looking for anything before they make their way in, and it's going to come down to Glue clearing out this room. Typic goes down. That's not ideal. Typic definitely trying to get aggressive on a cross. As you look at the overhead, you can see them dead in the middle of the street trying to cross it.
The guys at the corner bazaar.
Oh, and there's the swing. Glue nicely timing the rotation off of comms. Understanding that in order to communicate to their teammate, they're likely reaching for their radio, not with both hands on a rifle, holding an angle. Very big play there. Deadshot finds Electric, and it's all up to Glue. It's all up to our fellow caster, Infused Power. .40 seconds left to work with. Infused gives away the position here. And they are going to try and cross. Deadshot's holding a late angle. They suppress Deadshot, but don't connect on that refire. NFI, with 3 left, take their final round and go up 4-0 on their map pick. A quick beating, but from here we go into map number 2, picked by Fortis. And I believe we don't have to do any lobby swapping now with the most recent update. And so we are actually going to be going in. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, I was... No. What's happening? I was wrong. We are going to swap out the lobby, so it might not be cargo. Premature. I was hopeful for the new update that we wouldn't want to have to do this, but better safe than sorry. Doesn't hurt. It only takes a few minutes here to adjust and reset things for a fresh space so that we can ensure no one's having any connection issues and everyone has a nice clean round here. So do bear with me and the players as we do sort this out. But I do kind of wonder where we're headed, and it does look like we're going to cargo. Yeah, we are headed to cargo for map 2. That wasn't the fake out. Again, you look at the bans, clearly Fortis wanted close range. You know, with Arctic and Subway gone, NFI did not want to challenge Fortis in that space, and, well, that's what we're getting now. NFI are going to have to go up against Fortis in a close quarters battle. Being Fortis's map pick. And we now wait for the lobby to populate, see if there's any subs on the Fortis end of things. It looks like the roster's staying the same. NFI so far haven't swapped anyone out yet either, and there's Hatter in for the 5th. So same rosters as Bazaar, and this could be as quick as Bazaar, if not faster, with how NFI have been playing and aggressively taking round wins. Very well could be what's in store here, but again, this is Fortis's map pick, and there's a very clear indicator that NFI did not want to play Fortis close quarters, and that Fortis wanted close quarters maps by banning Downfall and Quarantine. So cargo is certainly, if not the closest quarters map, and if you want that tight, fast combat, this is where you're going to get it. So maybe that's what Fortis need to find the edge on NFI and at least get a round on the board. Because right now they are down 4-0 with no victory to show for their hard work yet. They've found some kills. They've chipped down NFI into some cases 1v1s, 3v2s, but ultimately it's not been enough to get them that final kill. And so they've been close. You know, Fortis being a new team here, again, a lot of eyes on what this team will be capable of. I don't think they're out of this series just yet. There definitely could be a surprise or two on cargo. Go ahead and give the teams and players the ready, just in case they're waiting on me. We will be getting into our first round here shortly, as we do have everyone in lobby. Our first objective of the afternoon gonna be over on the north side. Definitely a capital OBJ. Curious to see if it does get pushed out the gate here by the likes of Fortis. I just needed to grab a quick cheer for some hydration, because this could be a action-packed round. Again, I anticipate Fortis to be able to bounce back a little bit here, find themselves some points. Oh, we'll have to see if that is the case. As round 1 kicks off, NFI down to the wire. Typic almost team killing there as they shot after the timer technically kicks off. Mr. Pre-firing through one lane, catches 0-4, but it's a heavy push coming in from Fortis. They're definitely trying to play quick and battle NFI with speed as Jittery already makes their way up into the middle of the cargo crates. Tries to catch Mr. Duds. Special Ops and Typics are up next on the hit list as the utility pushes up here. Moth being dead again is big. Duit's pushing the tight corner. They're going to find Electric. C4 gets tossed. It's a good-looking C4. Where's it go? Doesn't get detonated. Maybe having some trouble. Spec Ops swings. Catches one. Fortis are trying to capitalize on the chaos, and Jittery not able to fly through the smoke. Deadshot can't quite push in for the cap as Typic shuts it down, and the final kill from Glue on the other end. Oh, I had the teams backwards. I did that yesterday. Fortis take the round because I know that glue is not on NFI. But Fortis take their first Marsoc round, no less. And they are in it. Like I said, they didn't look bad. Excuse me, that was the first defensive round. Now they're going to go on the attack. I thought NFI started Marsoc. I know they started Marsoc on Bazaar. Fortis being the away team, they typically pick second map. They have the option to pick side. And so with the current map pool, Fortis may have picked defense first. And this could be NFI's map pick, which would be odd considering, again, they banned close range. But they definitely started on the attack. I don't know. Either way, Fortis are in the lead here. We're going into round 2. Oh, Blue catches one through the smoke. Maybe a decent start. There's a battle here unfolds. A trade through the middle. It's 2 for 1. Spec Ops could bounce back and get a res. Nate comes in behind and catches Mad nicely. Dead shot.
I need help.
Find themselves almost alone. 04 still holding a crossing. Nice kill there, and Spec Ops confirming one of their own. NFI are into a 2v1 just like that. Fortis could be able to turn this into a 2v2 though. Spec Ops drops back, picks up Glue without getting tagged by a dead shot.
Shit.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Thank you. Okay, it's just us two then. I see.
Killer 1, 1 in 4, 1 in 1, and 1 in 3. 73, sorry.
It's only 2 of us. It's killer 2.
Alright. What, hang on, wait. What are you talking?
It's okay.
Alright. Feel like it's copyrighted for that? I'm sorry. Right, let's do this.
Always good to be having fun when you're playing Onward. That's what VRML is ultimately all about at the end of the day. Obviously, we do appreciate good competitive gameplay too, and so far we've been getting it. But Fortis keeping things light with a little mid-round dance party. And they're now ready for their push in. Aid comes out, bounces off the rail. I think they wanted to go behind the cargo crate. Either way, dead shot would have been safe. And I do wonder how they want to push this. Another nade, flash this time over into Deadshot's old position. .04 catches Glue over the top, and Spec Ops is going to look for a piece of the action. .04 is going to finish that off. And NFI are going to take their defensive round. Not going to let this one spin out of control too heavily, but it was pretty close, and Fortis definitely battling a little bit better here on cargo as they've tied things up one apiece. Again, appreciate everyone hanging out, enjoying the action here this afternoon. We want to take a quick look. That. And so far, where is Fortis on their record overall so far this season. They haven't played any challenges. They have been cast a few times already, though, by ID and TBN. But they've lost to Pacifist, defeated Bad Boys, Bad Company, and the Newbies, and that win is maybe what put them up here against NFI today. Either way, I think they're battling maybe far better than what some would have anticipated. Granted, Bazaar was a 4-0. It wasn't that much of a blowout. They did manage to keep it somewhat close, and here they took the early lead on their side pick. And as now we swap objectives, they go on defense. We're still on the north, but it's a little bit more of a tougher OBJ to cap. I don't think they wanted that smoke to bounce off that beam there. Didn't quite blind enough vision. Ops does manage to get through. And able to tuck in. Can't catch Deadshot on the rotation, though. NFI playing a little too fast for this defense. Hatter is there. Shots don't quite connect for NFI, though. Do it trying to suppress through these windows. Spec Ops catches Hatter. Jittery goes down in a trade up through the middle. Spec Ops could peek and catch the res. Can't do it in time. C4 is there, and it's a beautiful toss that catches the duo down. NFI are left with 0-4, who has to swing wide to try and catch Just Do It, but Fortis have defended this one nicely, and a beautiful toss there to put this thing into an advantage for Fortis. Confirmed just before 0-4 gets to Just Do It. 3v1. Oh, and Spec Ops goes down as they swing 0-4 in the doorway, and it is a 2-1 lead for Fortis here. Locking in their defensive round again, some good C4 work, getting them a nice couple of kills. Quick rounds, though. That one just under a minute. Let's see how NFI hold this, and clearly NFI riding a solid win on Bazaar, maybe playing a bit over-aggressive here in these first few rounds of Cargo. Not necessarily costing them anything, but we'll have to see if it does on this defensive round or not. Fortis definitely stepping up the aggression on defense, though. I mean, to counter that, they certainly put the a false start. The forward, held the W key, held their thumbsticks forward, pushing up to that objective, or excuse me, up to the offense. It looked like they were pushing an objective, but yeah, curious to see what the pace is for them on defense. How Fortis will be attacking this one, and we'll see as we get into round number 4 of map 2.
Bro, I'm really confused. My fire by picking 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. 12, 13, 4, 6, 7.
I guess this was, just listening in, I'm hearing that this was Fortis's map pick, but NFI picked Marsoc instead of Volk, which you can do. Jittery swings out, Electric holding the back end. Able to shut that down, Just Do It. Eliminating the aggression through the cargo crates, and now applying a little bit of aggression of their own. They're going to find a kill there. And Glue is alone in a 1v3 in a matter of 30 seconds. Everything crumbling. Or everything going the right way as NFI find themselves comfortably holding the objective. Glue on a long rotation here. Has all the time in the world, so not necessarily crunched for time. But enhancing the experience of slowly crawling their way up here for us. Eventually, they'll make their way out the door and into Deadshot's line of sight. If Deadshot's holding the angle, they've been rotating in and out.
Just a pre-fire, just a pre-fire.
Good to identify the pre-fire there. Glue flashes nicely
Right side.
onto Deadshot. The call out comes in quickly. Almost managed to catch Dead there, but does get control of the angle and should not give that up now as they can push in towards this side. Deadshot does manage to relocate around though and could potentially check the gap. Blue checking their time to know how much they got left. That is the 1v3 attempt ahead of them. Oh, and Glue peeks out to catch the kill on the Deadshot. Nicely done there. Thought Deadshot was on a rotation back, so didn't even see that was possible. And Glue maybe not aware they're alone in this 1v2. 04 in yellow room and do it on this tight corner. Glue definitely not going to be ready for the tight corner. They do swing and they miss the shots on to just do it. 2:30 on the clock. I think this is the right rotation for Glue, but they're going to have to make it past 04's line of sight, and they do. They managed to get tagged in the back, though. That's going to force a heal. And a little bit of a re-peek, a risky one at that. Glue still on the long rotation, has the time, 2 minutes left. Ooh, might be able to find the back of Just Do It, but they didn't quite see them on that swing, and Just Do It, if anything, saw them. 04 and Do It, gotta be ready for this rotation here. Just Do It gets caught out in the open entirely. A big swing for Glue. And it's a 1v1. Sees 04 and can't win the fight. Tries to get back in time, and 04 catches the kill. NFI tie it up. But certainly a good effort from Fortis to try and put them into a comfortable lead. Obviously, NFI want the series win here. If they can take 2 more rounds, they'll get it. If they can cap here, they'll get it, but capturing this objective is not easy. So not necessarily something I'm anticipating. Again, a shout out to everyone that's hanging out here this afternoon. I see Reese, Sav's Cosplay, K Fever, YK Wee, Random to Pyro, who else? Smoils is in here. Sonder, Fire Wifey, Benda on Fire, 007. Hey, James Bond Beans. Appreciate you all hanging out and enjoying the action here this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the action. And we'll see how the attack goes for NFI, as we are all tied 2-2, and if they can get a cap here, they get the series win.
They're gonna do the same, yeah.
Very passive defense coming in here from Fortis. A very different defense. And contrary to what NFI were anticipating, it is not the same setup. Just Do It does get a big kill, though. That really allows and opens up this move. Blue's dead on uplink, and NFI definitely have a chance. Tipic with a big swing, catches one up through the middle. Special ops taking shots, does give away their position. Just Do It trying to find the angle, gets caught out by Mister. The rest of the team not supporting. And a team kill. That's a big helpful assist on the Fortis side for NFI. Makes it 3-2. Could be a res. If Jittery can get it, could be 4-2, but it's going to be a tough
I've already
res.
got one team kill this round. I don't need to make it two.
Almost killing Mister there, it seems. As Jittery peeks out to try and get the res, and it's all about the onward timing as Tipic shuts them down to swing out for that res. Mr. Moth trying to fend off the duo here. And 04 goes down. Just Do It, costing lives. As a lot of this team tries to push out for the res and puts themselves into very vulnerable positions. Finally, Do It gets confirmed, and it's going to be up to the Hatter in a 1v2. .30 on the clock. Plenty of time to work with. We've seen some clutches already. Or at least, I guess, near clutches. We'll see if Hatter can do something for their team here. Pretty risky doorway to peek considering the slices of angles that people can hold through these cargo crates. But no one home here. If they linger too long, Tipic may find an angle with a peek, but yeah, they have to get the 1-2. Snap to Mister on the corner. Find Tipic. Definitely doable. And Hatter goes for the push, catches the first kill. Mr. Moth goes down. Up next is Tipic in the hit list, and it could be the clutch for Hatter. Tipic's holding a disciplined angle, though. Not peeking out. If they do peek, they could go right into Hatter's line here. But that's the start of the 1-2 for Hatter here, and Tipic knows that that push is coming from that side. Oh, and extending out could definitely cost them. Hatters pushes across and manages to get behind the barrels, but Tipic finds the gap through them. Celebrating with some tosses of nades, and Fortis take a lead 3-1. Quite the battle here from Fortis. Definitely making this a lot closer than it was looking to be, with NFI kind of running away with Bazaar, and I say that knowing that they did get contested closely on a couple of rounds. Fortis definitely showed signs of the ability to battle a team like NFI, but it's really a big question right now, especially for the community. What will Fortis be bringing to the table? Because they are a newly assembled team. It's a new group of players playing together here on that Fortis side. It's not new players by any stretch of the means, but a new group of them, and that really ends up shaping coordination, and you know, it's why we oftentimes look at match history and seasonal experience, and a lot of that impacts what a team's capable of. So for Fortis to be 3-2 right now on Cargo is very good for them. NFI, I'm sure, not too pleased with this, and maybe both sides focusing it up here as Fortis stare down the barrel of a potential map win, taking this to a map 3 decider, and NFI, well, now they got to get 2 more. That will get them the series win. They can relax a little bit on their 3rd map pick, but yeah, we're a round away from going to a map 3 decider for this series. NFI off to the defense. A defensive smoke applied here, so Jittery can get a little bit aggressive as Fortis comes flying in up to the midfield. A nice nade on the backside, gets shut down by Hatter. A trade, 2 for 1. Jittery flying in behind this offense. Has caught a kill. Spec Ops now knows Jittery's behind them and finds the refrag. Took a little bit. Not before the whole team was dead, and they're alone in the 1v3. That nade could be good. Almost rolls enough to get on to just do its corner, but not quite. One v 3. Again, not impossible. Hatter is able to calm the teammates, though.
On head to. No one's on. Oh, we have a down guy over there, though.
We're getting the audio bug where we hear the enemy's audio.
Never mind.
Hatter does finally get confirmed. Do it, swings out to finish things off, and we're tied 3 apiece. NFI getting aggressive on defense pays off, as Fortis maybe weren't anticipating that level of aggression on what was a map deciding round. Now Fortis defend, and we're tied up 3 apiece on Cargo. Of course, NFI picking attack will attack for the last round, but it is going to be the Diamond of Death for the final objective. Not an easy OBJ to hold, often one that's capped, and I feel like maybe easier to cap than win through kills, so I gotta wonder if NFI have the cap plan in mind right now to secure the series, but also fend off that map 3 decider. I think it would potentially be enough to throw Fortis off, but Fortis should be wary of this attempt here because of, again, the objective and just how tough it is to actively defend. Look at NFI's stats for the season so far. They lost? Oh wow, they haven't lost. Jeez, that definitely makes it even more impressive with what Fortis have been able to do so far today up against this team. NFI undefeated on the regular season, taking down teams like Boss Fight, Imperial, Newbies. Definitely no slouches. This squad is looking good here, and let's see if maybe Fortis can take a map off them and take us to a map 3 decider. Almost feels like NFI are sort of playing a bit of a passive offense as Typic pops out to find the kill. Suppressive fire. Not enough to get the refrag. All just guesswork coming in here from the defensive side of things. The Electric here's 04. Gives away their position. Oh, what a nade. Doesn't get the roll Electric was looking for. That was almost perfect.
There's still one behind red container left side. And I think there's one in the other.
NFI have managed to keep 4 up though. Amidst the chaos, they have not given up too many kills. Electric, the tip of the spear on this defense. Everyone else prone and holding angles outside of glue.
One's just crossed to lane 4.
Lots of information being gathered here by NFI off these suppressive shots. Fortis just trying to buy time. Electric with a big swing goes down to 04 on the tight corner. Spec Ops tries to find the refrag and they can't. 04 catches a double. A big double that opens up the entry for Deadshot, who goes down to Mr. Moth. Big refrag there. Would have definitely left their flank exposed. But it is exposed as Jittery flies out. Push on objective comes in. Mr. Moth able to tuck in just in time. Now they go down as Jittery pursues that kill. Fortis into a 2v2. Make it a 1v1 as Glue's on objective. Tries to get the kill onto Jittery and can't. NFI will take the final round by the skin of their teeth. Spec Ops going 10-1, trying to lock that in for 10-6. Typic 10-6. Big KDs on the Fortis side to almost get them the round win. Not enough. We do not go to a map 3 decider. We do go to a map 3, but the series has been decided at this stage with NFI taking it 8-3. We will still play out that third map, so do bear with us as we sort things out. Curious where we'll head to. Cargo now being played. Bazaar off the table. Suburbia, definitely an option. Tanker, maybe. I don't really see Snow Peak on that list, so I'll have to wait and see where they want to take us. But hats off to Fortis for playing as well as they did for these first 2 maps. You know, definitely looking like a good, solid team. And a squad that can beat teams at the Master Tier. Definitely impressive for a team that's newly assembled as of this season, but again, it's not new players, so not entirely unexpected. Question is, where do we go from here? Again, what is that final map? It's not going to be the brand new map introduced into the game with this most recent update, but maybe one day it will be. Oh. Does look like we're headed to Snow Peak. Didn't think we'd finish off on a range space for our final map. But yeah, this is NFI's map pick. Fortis going on the defense. And we'll be heading into Snow Peak in a few moments. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Pro2 VR, VR Cover, and obviously VRML for contributing in to make these leagues happen with prizes and by supporting the communities. We appreciate that. Also a reminder that if you do want to buy tickets to VRML's first ever live event, VRML Con will be happening June 3rd and 4th at the Colorado McNichols Civic Center. It's going to be a fantastic live event that will consist of finals from Blast On and Ultimex regular seasons, and 8 teams dueling it out on stage for Echo Arena in the final live tournament played for that game, as it is going away in August. An unfortunate reality there, but it will be a great send-off for that game and ultimately going to be a great place for the community to meet up. I have heard whispers that there may be a few Onward players that may want to get tickets and meet up down at the event and maybe try and play some games of their own. Definitely something to consider if you do want to meet up with your friends from the VRML and still be able to enjoy some good quality esports. Blast On, it's going to be a great game. Blast On and Ultimax is going to be very fun to watch. The Echo Arena tournament obviously going to be pretty hyped within the community, so it's going to be a pretty fun event if you do want to just go in and hang out and watch. Hoping to add in some new sponsors, maybe some developer boosts where we're showcasing new games. And yeah, it's going to be a very good, really fun meetup time, you know, for the community. So very much looking forward to that. You can buy tickets at vrml.com/LAN tickets. I'll send you over to the link where you can only buy Saturday and Sunday tickets together. Can't buy a single day ticket. But purchase of that ticket does get you entry into the online qualifier, where you could be one of 8 teams playing Echo Arena on the stage. Obviously, I anticipate that to be pretty competitive, so make sure that you get the best of the best on your squad. But yeah, something to look into. I'll certainly be there, commentating and organizing and enjoying our first ever live event. So we're talking about it more, and unfortunately Onward obviously not on stage or being we're not flying anyone out for Onward or anything like that, but if this proves successful enough, it very well could be something if we do future events. So I'm optimistic. We've always wanted to try and get Onward into the land space, and so it very well could be something that comes to fruition. I wouldn't say this year, but anything's possible. Anything is possible. Gotta wonder, maybe we're in a timeout. Apparently they're waiting on me. But I guess I got time to plug our sponsors and our upcoming events, so it's all worth it. Into the action we go.
I don't want to push close.
Yeah, we can hear you. The echo isn't too bad, but it's noticeable.
I don't want to push close quarters. I'm fucking echoing. I want to reset. So it's
Don't.
doesn't matter if it takes time. We have time.
Whoa, and sorry for that little camera stutter. Yeah, Typic pushing up here. But, as anticipated with Snow Peak, this is going to be slow. Methodical,
West looks clear as well, so...
maybe the better word, as these teams and players clear out what is a lot of very open area. Eventually, they'll push into the complex, where they are trying to capture the objective.
I lost Jittery from somewhere more deeper.
Oh, 4, very close to pushing in here. Doesn't commit to it, though, and that should give away their position to Typic on the other side. Oh, and Mr. actually rotating off of that far angle all the way up to the stairs. Definitely getting more aggressive on the defense here.
Kilo 2.
NFI down to 3. Deadshot finally snipes one.
I killed one, but we lost 2 people over here in the south.
What the fuck was that?
04 caught out by a nade toss, and Typic shut down the last attacker here. They're going to flash, follow, and confirm that kill. Revive comes through, and so Fortis have 4 to the 2 of NFI. Hatter and Deadshot alone in their push here on the north. Trade out over the lake. Fortis with 3 left. Hatter alone. And Typic nearly catching the back of Hatter there. But there's only a minute 15 left, and Hatter is going to have to push in soon.
No, just hold your business. Hold your business.
There's one of two, or excuse me, one of three, as they'll need two more now. Only 30 seconds to do it. Definitely going to be a tall order. Decent toss. Where did it land is the question. Not close enough to the objective, but we'll see what Hatter can do. Tries to battle against Electric over the top, and Electric's going to find the kill. And with 10 seconds left, first round on Snow Peak ends with Fortis taking a lead again. They did a good job of nearly taking that back, but definitely good discipline from Fortis' end to get themselves a lead here on Snow Peak. Taking all the time they need, though, here, and obviously at this level, even if they've lost the series, the rounds matter. You do not want to go up or down in rank too much, and so NFI, even with their big two-map W, still approaching these objectives focused, trying to get themselves up to them for the ability to potentially cap or take the round, and ultimately we'll see if Fortis can mimic that level of focus and get themselves a potential map here, because right now they was essentially lost, and this third map can sometimes be the hardest one to play out.
Have an extreme urge to shoot, so that's just probably because I played Onward too much. That's probably the reason why.
Mad Hatter set up early. He's going to catch the head of Blue Typic with a quick refrag.
I got the guy.
1-for-1 trade, and Jittery should be up next on the short corner. Swings onto Typic, finds one, and Mr. Moth with a quick refrag.
3, Kilo 2.
Makes it a 3-3.
Two kills on my end.
Trying to take down the drone on defense. Just Do It could run right into this and maybe even heard Mr. Moth clearing their throat and backs off, and then they're gonna find the kill. Can't be sick and playing Onward. Any audio cue gives you away. I'd say that they're sick, but just clearing the throat there. Got some dead shot.
One kill dead. Echo
Through
free.
to the name, finds Electric, and now it's up
Wait,
to
does
Special Ops.
Hiss with a cherry on top, I suppose. On her forehead.
Still waiting for the push up here into.
Your world's gonna roll. I saw this jewel in the shed. She was looking kind of.
Yeah, 3 minutes left. Spec Ops singing. They'll push in eventually.
لا لا ويست نبتات كيلو سمول أنا لا بتوخ
Hey now.
I'm not sure what Spec Ops is doing, really. Just kind of running around the map, wasting time. I don't know, trying to find some angle to push through here, I guess, but they were already over here. They went back over to the north, ran all the way back around. I don't even know if they know what they're trying to do here, but 2 minutes left. And I certainly can't appreciate teams dedicated to trying to get the wins as they are locked in these final few minutes here, these final rounds of this map. Just crazy to see such a drastic shift in pace from what we were just seeing, where we were literally being done with rounds in a minute to 30 seconds on both Bazaar and Cargo. And now we have 2 rounds where both teams are trying to buy it out down to the last 10 seconds. Spec Ops, the minute 15 left. Really milking it.
I don't know how much trade I need, so. Okay, 1 minute, I'm gonna tight up the objective.
That shot flashes over the top of the smoke. Catches the kill, a great play from them, and NFI take the defensive round with 15 seconds left. And we go to another outside objective where we will wait down to the last 2 minutes for the teams to push in. It's the way of Snow Peak. The way the cookie crumbles. Trying to think. Do we have any? Yeah, we had some longer rounds on Cargo. I just saw the comment of how Bazaar, a 4-0 Bazaar and a 4-3 Cargo could be over an hour. That's kind of an interesting comment, and again, I think it's because we played the Bazaar rounds to some degree down a lot in terms of time. Cargo was quick, but we had a few long ones. And, oh, now we go to Snow Peak, so we're in for a good 2-hour series at this rate, but we'll have to see. Things could change. NFI on the attack, new objective, new spawn, could be a new pace.
Well, I hope it does meet me there.
Oh boy, let's race. Let's race. Last one is a rotten egg. Am I allowed to shoot your leg?
Yeah, looks like they're going to be rotating Lakeside. Do it and Jittery. Maybe holding this down and maybe long rotation. We'll wait till about 3 minutes, I think, based on time. And then we'll get into some action. Flash comes over. Jittery trying to push in time. They'll get Mr. Moth before they can see.
Yeah, he's still there. He's still there. Push up. If you crawl, you'll be good. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
Good use of the drone from Jittery to identify Tipic's position. Pushes up, catches the kill. Just Do It can advance forward. NFI have very good control of their push down to objective, and frankly, with a couple of smokes, this is an easy cap for them if this Fortis team isn't careful.
I didn't kill him. He's near the south lane. There's one OBJ, there's one in the south tower. He's dead, I got him, Echo 2.
Do it. I know exactly where to
Go.
get the cap.
Let's go. Let's move up.
Jittery knows arrows inside. Oh no, they don't. They haven't seen the rotation. Spec Ops catches Just Do It over the top. They need a few more smokes. They need to get Rube out of the objective building. More smokes come in, and that's a beautiful nade right inside that catches Rube. Now Spec Ops rotating in, crashing down. They're going to catch a big kill to shut down the cap attempt. Mad Hatter's still here on the other side of the smoke.
Coming off the push.
Oh, and 04 catches the shot through the top of the smoke there.
What? How do you see that?
Hatter surprised that 04 had the angle, and NFI take their Marsoc win, and what could have been 3-1 is instead 2-1. A little bit quicker pace there as well. Quick look at the overall score line, currently 10-4. NFI staying true to their undefeated status, that's to say the least, as they continue to look good here in this battle. I think that's probably the fastest round we could get to, considering the spawn. You don't really get a, well, as I say, that a closer spawn location. I guess it depends on how you push. You could crash in from the north pretty quick with the spawn that Fortis had gotten. And Let's see what they do with it as we get back into the action for round 4.
57, 97, 40.
I have a pretty big issue.
Yeah, I know, I took the wrong turn. 57, 97, 450.
Oh, Mr. Moss, he's had her.
Kilo 1.
They find the kill. Fortis starting their push off nicely, but definitely giving away their position by shooting shots here in this northeast side.
Yes.
Clearly some communication issues there, understanding Mr. Moth and their call-outs as clarification was needed. Ruben jittery trade. Fortis still maintain a 4-3 advantage. Rest of this defense tucked in around objective 04 in a pretty common position. Deadshot as well, and actually they're back exposed, relying on Just Do It to hold it down, but no one pushing in from this side on offense anytime soon, so NFI is properly set for what could be the incoming push from Fortis. 4:30 on the clock, though. There's a lot of time for this Fortis team to work with, and I imagine they may even want to let this far east rotation come to fruition before they do start to push.
Gray smoke, I can't see tunnel exit.
Ooh, Typic. Almost getting tagged over the top there from Just Do It.
What by the head guys? On the north side of objective.
Another trade, NFI down to 2. Make it 1. '04 could clutch this.
I killed one. Fuck you guys, damn it. I can't fucking get up this little stupid hill.
So many kills, and I gotta wonder if Fortis have an accurate kill count right now. Oh. What is Electric doing is the question. 2.5 left.
I'll come to you.
There's a lot of ground to cover, and 04 catches Typic. A kill away from tying this up, and Electric still has a distance to go yet, so it could come down to Electric rushingly pushing to this objective. 2 minutes left.
I don't really have a fucking good position for. Fuck.
35 seconds. Time is ticking. Where is Electric? I still haven't seen 04 on this tight corner here. 04 is now swinging closer to objective. Maybe rightly anticipating this rotation from Electric. 15 seconds left. The tablet comes out at 04, catches them getting greedy. A big clutch in the corner. And NFI is a round away from locking in the series. Our last, well, what could be the last objective takes us indoors, and Fortis certainly have been playing good on the close quarters, so if there's ever a time for Fortis to lock in a round win, it'll be in the tunnels. But NFI take a solid win there, and overall scoreline now 11-4. Taking a look at the KDs. 04, 6-1 for NFI right now. Definitely some big kills coming through from them, and obviously clutching up that last round by taking 3 kills. Very nice job there. Mr. Moth 5-4. And again, Fortis finding kills throughout this series, even though they're down 3-1. They've kept things close, and that's like a lot of how Bazaar went. Even though it was 4-0, it was close. Spec Ops pushing up aggressively here. Able to tuck in just low enough to get a nade over to 04. Dead shot. Gets past the flash though and is able to find that kill. NFI have an advantage, have horseshoe control, can pop right into objective space. Meanwhile, the north push coming in. Typic here and waiting. Oh, it's a good flash, but Just Do It takes the tight corner. Can't get the kills. On to Typic. Does get the bullet connect, but not the full kill. Dead shot. Finds one close to objective. Electric. Drop the nade at their toes. And catches both down. In the horseshoe. A big nade that comes out. 04 and Deadshot are still alive, though, after a res there on the Deadshot. NFI have 4-3 with Mr. Moth now confirmed dead.
One guy was my tunnel.
Electric still holding the tunnel, but just on the other side of that box. Typics dropped back from that north coverage, and instead they're tight around the objective space. NFI still have the advantage on numbers, though, and the reality is that Fortis are very well set up for this push because there is no one rotating on the back from NFI, and no one's there to defend that. List has made their way in with smokes. They're gonna get past Typic, and they pick up a big double kill. Can they get the triple onto Electric? No, they don't have the line. 3-1 though, and Electric's alone as the rest of this NFI offense pushes in. Jittery could be getting the tablet out, and Electric recognizes this threat. Pops out and goes down to Jittery, and a 4-1 map victory comes in from NFI. Tough series coming in there for Fortis, again going up against an undefeated team in the EU region right now, beating everyone they go up against. We'll have to see how Fortis bounces back from this loss, but they also looked good and nearly delivered a map loss to NFI on cargo there, so I think that's something worth holding on to. If anything, Fortis made the entire series a tough battle and ultimately couldn't quite win. NFI end scoreline 12-4. That's going to be it for us here on the desk. My name's been NightFiree with 2 E's. Thank you all for tuning in and enjoying the action. Please hit that follow button for more games, as we will have another one tomorrow night right here on this channel. So until then, stay classy.